Goodbye to YouTube, happy Saturday to all my hacks out there. Now, if you guys are wondering why I'm not doing picture-picture for this upload, then you guys obviously did not see the battle upload on Tuesday, which a link to that should be in the top right-hand corner of the video. Now, before we get right into the team preview, this battle was actually against a very, very good friend of mine known as Joe, aka Mr. Pointart. Unfortunately, his channel recently got hacked, and he had to make a new one, which is now TheBlazinSquirtle. So please, guys, if you used to be subscribed to him, make sure to go subscribe to his new channel, and if you weren't subscribed to him before, and you subscribe to him now, then you would definitely not be disappointed in his uploads. He will start uploading very soon. So you have that to look forward to, and with that, how about we get right into the team preview. Now, right off the bat, the biggest threats I see on this team are easily going to be the Munchlax, the Feraligatr, and the Typhlosion. Typhlosion, because if he's Scarfed, he basically outspeeds my entire team and is going to hurt me heavily. Feraligatr, if he's Sword Sense, is easily the biggest threat out of all 6 of Pokemon, because Sword Sense Feraligatr is one of the most potent threats in the RU tier at the moment. Also Munchlax, because as you can see, the only thing I really have to hit him with is my Hitmonchan, so if I lose Hitmonchan, then I basically lose the battle, so you have to watch out for that. Also, Aggron and Jutagon shouldn't be that big of a problem, because I do have close combat for Aggron, and I do have the Will-O-Wisp for the Jutagon on the off chance that maybe they are both choice banded, and Uxie should not be that big of an issue, because as you see, I do have Exceligor and I do have the Drapion. So with that, how about we get right into the battle? I will be leading off with my Exceligor, as he's going to be leading off with this Typhlosion. Now, for some reason, I led off with my Exceligor when the Typhlosion lead was very obvious, so that was completely stupid on my part, and I lose my Exceligor right off the bat for basically no apparent reason. As this turn, I'm going to switch out to my Hitmonchan, knowing that he's going to be fearing the Mach Punch. I'm actually going to go for the close combat, as he brings in the Uxie, and because I need to save my Hitmonchan for the Munchlax, I am going to be forced to switch out into my Jutagon, as he's freely going to be able to get up his Stealth Rocks. So this turn, because I know he's going to be fearing the Night Slash or the Crunch, I'm actually going to go for the Pursuit, as he did try to switch out, and he's going to go out into his Feraligatr. But because I am Choice Scarfed and locked into the Pursuit, I am going to switch out into my Drifblim, just basically as death fodder, just to scout out to see what kind of set this Feraligatr is. And it actually turns out to be Dragon Dance, which is just great, because now I will be able to deal with this thing just that much easier, as I'm just going to stay in, not expecting to live this, as he actually ends up getting a crit. Now, I don't know if that did matter or not, but in the off chance that it didn't matter, I was actually going for the Acrobatics, so yeah. But anyways, just going to go into my Drapion, and because I am Scarfed, I am going to be able to outspeed, hit him with the Crunch, and luckily I'm able to get the minus defense trap, so if I can actually live this Earthquake, next turn I can hopefully take him out with a Crunch, and I do live with 7 HP, gonna go for the Crunch, Adamant stabbed, -1 defense, and the Feraligatr just barely ends up living as he goes for a second Dragon Dance, I guess thinking that maybe he would be KO'd, but yeah, he's able to take me out with a Waterfall and get a useless crit, as I'm going to go into my Hitmonchan. But I know, because I do still have my Uxie, he knows I can still get up my rocks, so he's going to leave in his Feraligatr, and I was hoping if he did have the Aqua Jet, I could live it and kill the Feraligatr. If not, then I basically would have been swept at that point. But I am able to KO him off with the Mach Punch, as he goes down to Uxie, as I'm going to take this turn to switch out to my Clefable. Now, at this point in the battle, reality hit me. I am down 5-3, so I have to start playing smart, start making some risky plays, and start playing carefully all at the same time. So this turn, I know because Uxie can't do anything to my Clefable, I'm actually going to make a very risky double switch to my Hitmonchan as he switched down to his Aggron. And this turn, I'm going to make a bit of another risky double switch, knowing that he's not going to want to take a Mach Punch or close combat. I'm actually going to switch it back out into my Clefable as he switches into his Druddigon. Now, I was hoping he would bring in the Uxie, but you know what? It's not that big of a deal, as I'm actually going to stay in on this Druddigon, having enough confidence in my Clefable to take at least one Banded Outrage, but he actually turns out to have the Glare, so I guess maybe this is more of a bulky spread Druddigon, and maybe his Aggron is actually the choice banded one, which, you know what, is some good scouting information, as I get the Seismic Toss off on him, and he actually ends up roaring me out into my Uxie. Even though he does have the Stealth Rocks, thanks to the Wish, I will be taking no damage from those. As this turn, I'm just going to go for the Toxic, obviously because I want to whittle down this Druddigon, and because most Uxies don't carry the Heal Bell, I don't really have to worry about that, as he does unfortunately miss the Glare. Now, what I should have done this turn was get up my Stealth Rocks instead of going for the Psychic, but honestly, I don't know why I did go for the Psychic. That was a bit of a dumb play on my part now looking back on it, but hindsight is 2020. So this turn, I know that he's going to switch switch out to his Aggron just because, well, Clefable can really do nothing to the Aggron. So I'm actually going to pull another double switch out into my Hitmonchan as he actually does go out to the Aggron. Now, because last time it was Hitmonchan against Aggron, he did predict me to go straight for the close combat as I double switch. So this turn I know he's going to be thinking I'm going to double switch again, and I'm actually going to stay in, go for the close combat, which is 4 times super effective. Stabbed, Iron Fist boosted, that Aggron just got annihilated, disintegrated, obliterated, and destroyed. Oh my god, that is an overkill. 10 times over. So he's going to go out into his Uxie as I'm going to switch out into my own Uxie. And I'm just going to go for a Toxic the following turn, I believe, just so I can whittle down this Uxie. Because again, as I said, most Uxies do not carry the Heal Bell. Oh no, I actually went for the Stealth Rock. Sorry, I apologize. As this turn he actually reveals to have the Heal Bell, which was a bit frustrating. And I believe it is this turn I actually do go for the Toxic, just so I can whittle down the Uxie. And yes, I know he does have the Heal Bell, but I want to force him to use all those Heal Bells. So in the long run of the battle, if I can get a Toxic off on him, I will be able to end up pulling out the victory and successfully stalling him out. But as you saw there, I did miss. So this turn I'm going to go for another Toxic as he actually opts to switch out to Druddigon. Now if I was him, I would have gone down to my Munchlax, but oh well, I guess each person makes their own sort of weird plays. So I'm just going to speed this part up because honestly, there's really nothing going on besides me just Psychicking this Druddigon because I already got my rocks up, I already got a Toxic, and I did go for the Heal Bell there just because I wanted to get rid of the paralysis on my Clefable because my Clefable actually doesn't carry Heal Bell, as you saw. My Uxie does, so I knew getting rid of the paralysis on my Clefable in the long run of the battle would help me out, especially if I did lose my Uxie in this prior situation. So I'm able to actually escape those set of plays without being paralyzed and without getting much damage off on me. So he's going to go into his Typhlosion. Now he's actually going to go for the Eruption. Now I'm not too sure if that amount of HP, if an Eruption or if a Fire Blast is stronger, but yeah, if I was him, I would have gone for the Fire Blast because as you saw there, I did get off the Psychic. So I know this turn he's going to switch out, so I'm actually just going to go for another Psychic as he switches into the Munchlax. And even though I do get the special defense drop, as you see here, Munchlax is still a very bulky ass fucking Pokemon. So that really doesn't matter, as I'm going to go for the Toxic. Yes, he does have Heal Bell on the Uxie, and yes, he more than likely does carry the rest on this Munchlax. I just wanted to force him to use the rest, that way I could get a free switch into my Hitmonchan and just close combat him as he whirlwinds me out into my Clefable. And this turn I'm just going to go for the Wish as he goes for the Body Slam, just trying to get some damage on my Clefable. So this turn he's actually going to opt to switch out to his Typhlosion, I guess thinking that maybe I will go for the Protect just so I could stall out the Munchlax that much easier. But honestly, I had no reason not to go for the Seismitoss at this point, because if I had gone for the Protect, that would have just been a useless turn, honestly. So I basically have made a comeback being down 3-5 to making this, I believe, 2-3 at the moment, with me having 3 and him having 2. And at this point, this is just sped up extremely fast because he knows that the battle is pretty much mine, because I can just keep Toxicking his Uxie, forcing him to use Heal Bell, and eventually stalling him out. And after I get rid of Uxie, I can just bring in my Hitmonchan and just close combat the Munchlax to death. So yeah, that's going to be the very 3-0 victory in my favor. Very good game, Joe, aka Mr. Pontar, aka WiFi. So yeah, guys, if you used to be subscribed to him, please go subscribe to his new channel. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. And with that, guys, just the like button is down there and the subscribe button is up there. And with that, I do believe I am out of here, guys. Later.